वीडियो को हिंदी में देखने के लिए डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक पर क्लिक करें। हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू जीटीसी क्लासेस। In this video, we are going to discuss the key concepts, standard symbols, basic terminologies, and standard formulae of the chapter. We are also going to solve a few representative examples. The most important part of the video is the discussion of the critical areas where most students commit their mistakes. So it would be a good thing if you note them down and made sure that you did not commit them. Arithmetic progression. Basically, whenever there is a sequence of number in such a way that every next number is obtained by adding a certain number to the previous one, then we call such a sequence as arithmetic progression. Like here you can see 1, 4, 7, 10, dot dot dot. So therefore every next number, that is 4, is obtained by adding 3 in the first number, that is 1. So 1 plus 3, 4. The next number 7 is obtained by adding 3 in the second number. So 4 plus 3, 7, and so on. So 7 plus 3, 10. Therefore this is an AP. But not always. Suppose there are letters. So how will you prove that a particular sequence is in AP? Therefore you have to do certain specific steps. Like you have to show that the difference between every consecutive number is the same. That is, if you subtract the second term with the first term, you get a certain difference. And if you subtract the third term with the second term, you get another difference. If the difference is same, then we can say that the particular sequence is progressing arithmetically. And if the sequence is not same, then we can say that the particular sequence is not in arithmetic progression. So to prove that a sequence is in arithmetic progression, we have to show that the second term minus first term, that is difference between the first and the second term, is equal to the third term minus the second term. Always remember the next term minus the previous term. Always. Do not do the first term minus the second term. No. Always the second term minus the first term. So, if you can prove that the difference between them is common, then therefore the particular sequence is in AP. But these are very easy part. But once we have proved, or it is given in the question, that a particular sequence is already in AP, then what do we do? Then we can apply certain formulas given according to the question, but we first need to understand certain terminologies. Like A is generally associated with the first term of the AP, and D is generally associated with the common difference. Like in this particular AP, 1 is the first term, therefore A equals to 1, and the common difference is 3. That is, therefore common difference D equals to 3. But you need to remember that these are just the general terms. These are not exactly standard. So wherever we have to use, we will write let A be the first term and D be the common difference. AN, or sometimes written as TN. So A small, that is subscript n, or T small subscript n. So it is represented as nth term of the AP. So for an example, 50th term, so A50, 70th term, A70, etc. SN is the sum of first n terms of the AP. So first n terms, like if we add the first term plus second term plus third term plus fourth term and likewise till the nth term, then we call that certain sum as a single number is called an AP. Is called SN formula. So D equals to AN minus 1. That is, you take any term and subtract it from minus the last term, the previous term of the AP. So if nth term is the term, then you subtract the just term that is before it. That is AN minus 1. So AN minus 1. It can be simply said that second term minus first term. That could also be do. So if you have the first, second term, then you can easily calculate D. That is second term minus first term. AN. If you have to calculate the second, third or fourth term, it is very easy to calculate. But if you have to calculate fifth term, seventh term, so therefore they have devised a formula for it. The formula is AN equals to A plus N minus 1 D, where A and D are the first term and the common difference respectively, and N is the term that which you have to find. Like if you have to find the 50th term, A50 equals to A plus 50 minus 1 D. Sn, that is sum of nth terms. If you have to find S50, You can find it using the formula n by 2 brackets 2a plus n minus 1d. If you see, you can split the 2a into a plus a, then it will become a plus n minus 1d. A plus n minus 1d can be written as an. So therefore, I can shorten the formula like n by 2 into a plus an. But this shortened formula is also not very short, because you can see there are 3 terms missing: a, n, d and sn. So there are 4 terms in the equation, out of which they have to give you 3 terms. And in this equation also you can see sn, n, a, an. So there are still 4 terms missing. So therefore, it would have been good if the formula had less number of terms. So therefore, using this or this is not a big deal. You can use either. You can even forget this term, this formula, and directly use this. But at some places, it is helpful to use this. So therefore, we use it. Which term of the AP 3, 10, 17, ... will be 84 more than its 13th term? Even though A and D are generally considered the standard symbols in AP, we will still prefer to write let A be the first term and D be the common difference of the given AP. So therefore, according to the question, the first term, that is 3. So therefore, A equals to 3. The second term, that is 10. So therefore, D equals to 10 minus 7. Sorry, 10 minus 3. That is second term minus first term. That is 7. So according to the problem, now the question states which term meaning nth term, that is an, is equal to 84 more than, that is plus 84. What? 84 more than 13th term, that is A13. So you just need to convert English language into maths. If you can do that, you can write the equation properly, and if you can write the equation properly, solving is a child's play. So therefore, the formula for an is a plus n minus 1d, and the formula for A13 is a plus 13 minus 1d. So therefore, a and a gets cancelled out. We just copy plus 84. N plus 1, the value of d is 7. We substitute the value of d in the equation. 13 minus 1, 12. 12 into 7 plus 84. 12 sevens are 84. So therefore, 84 plus 84, that is 168. We transpose this 7 to the other side. So we get 168 by 7. And then we transpose plus 1, minus 1 on that side. And we get 168 by 7 plus 1. That is 24 plus 1. That is 25. So therefore, I can say that the 25th term of the given AP will be 84 more than its 13th term. You do not have to calculate the 25th term. You just have to tell which term, the position of the term. The critical areas where you can lose quite a few marks in this chapter are: first, if you do not let A be the first term and D be the common difference. I have told you, even though quite a few times the students consider them as standard symbols, they are not really standard symbols. So it is always best, it is always better to be safe than sorry. So it is always best to represent A and D as the first term. So just write the statement, it is always good. Next, if you do not apply the formulas correctly, like while writing A13, you have just written like 3 plus 12 into 7. Do not use too many shortcuts. Teacher might spare you, but he or she might not. So there is always a chance that he or she might cut your marks. So therefore, it is always better if you do not make those mistakes. Show the proper steps. If you have thought of a step, write it. What is the problem? As I always say, never forget which implies. Or you can also write or, but whichever you choose, you have to write it. So which implies, if you miss it, there is obviously a deduction of marks. And always just write the last phrasing completing statement like a conclusion. So it is almost given in the book. So in the question. So you can just simply copy the question. So it is always easy, but always end in a last statement in any problem sum. Nth term from last. That is, if you have to calculate the 5th, 7th, 9th, whatever term from the end. So if you have to calculate in the reverse order, then the formula is L minus n minus 1d, where L is the last term, n is the term that which you are required to find, and d is the common difference. This particular formula is very rarely used and very specifically used. until and unless the question asks that you have to find the 7th term or whatever term from the last, from the end, then only you use the formula, else you have no requirement for the formula. Another basic theory for this chapter is, if you know that there are 3 terms, 4 terms or 5 terms which are already in AP, then you can use this theory so that it becomes helpful to you in solving the sum. These are not standard procedures. You may use, you may not use, it is upon you. But always it is better to use them so that it becomes easy for you. Like if you observe, every term is so designed that if you add all the terms, D gets eliminated. Like minus 2D plus 2D eliminated, minus D plus D eliminated, minus 3D plus 3D eliminated, minus D plus D eliminated, minus D plus D, D is eliminated, and the only equation that is left is in terms of A, so that you get the value of A, and there must be other information in the question, so you can use that information to calculate the value of D as well. So therefore, these are helpful when you know that the sum of these 3 terms or 4 terms or 5 terms is already known to you. So if you know the first 3 terms, these 3 terms, the sum of these 3 terms is known, then you can use them. So if 3 numbers are in AP, you can let the 3 numbers be A minus D, A plus D. If 4 numbers are in AP, let the 4 numbers be A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. And if 5 numbers are in AP, let the numbers be A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 2D. So therefore, you can use them. Do memorize them. It is always helpful if such a question appears. Also observe that here A and D are not standardly first term and the common difference, because the first term in every sequence is A minus D, A minus 3D, A minus 2D. It is different than A. A is not the first term. Also, D is not the common difference in all. Even though you can say, yes sir, that D is the common difference here, but here 2D is the common difference, because to get from minus 3D to minus D, you have to walk 2 steps, minus 3 say minus 2, minus 1. So then you reach minus 1. So therefore the common difference is 2D. So do not consider A and D as first term and common difference in this part of the chapter. The sum of 3 numbers in an AP is 30 and the ratio of the first term to the third term is 3:7. Find the numbers. क्योंकि 3 नंबर्स का टोटल AP में गिवन है, तो उन 3 नंबर्स को ले लेंगे. लेट द 3 नंबर्स बी A minus D, A plus D. So therefore according to the problem, तीनों का जो टोटल है वो ऐड होके आना चाहिए 30. तो A plus D plus A plus A minus D is basically 30. तो यहाँ पे ये जो प्लस D है और ये जो माइनस D है ये कट जाएगा. तो A plus A that is 3A is 30. तो A का वैल्यू क्या हो गया? 30/3 that is 10. और क्वेश्चन में ये भी गिवन है कि फर्स्ट टर्म और जो थर्ड टर्म है, फर्स्ट टर्म और जो थर्ड टर्म है उसका जो रेशियो है वो 3:7 है. तो रेशियो मतलब क्या होता है? डिवाइड. सो फर्स्ट टर्म बाय थर्ड टर्म इज इक्वल्स टू 3/7. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो आएगा 7A minus 7D इक्वल्स टू 3A plus 3D. A को इस तरफ ट्रांसफर करेंगे तो 7A minus 3A that is 4A, और 7D को उस तरफ ट्रांसफर करेंगे तो 7D plus 3D that is 10D. तो फिर A का वैल्यू पुट कर देंगे. A का वैल्यू 10 था, तो 4 into 10 और इधर का 10 नीचे ले आएंगे. तो 4 into 10/10 is D. तो D का वैल्यू क्या हो गया? 4. 10 और 10 कट जाएगा. सो जब A का वैल्यू पता है, D का वैल्यू पता है, तो नंबर्स आराम से निकाल सकते हैं. नंबर्स क्या है? A minus D, A और A plus D. तो A minus D होगा हम लोग का 10 minus 4 that is 6. A plus D होगा हम लोग का 10 plus 4 that is 14. So therefore the numbers are 6, 10 and 14. ठीक है ना? तो 6, 10 and 14. When the sum of first 5 term of an AP is added to the sum of its first 7 terms, we get 167. If the sum of first 10 terms of this AP is 235, find the sum of its first 20 terms. The first statement of every answer in AP will be, let A be the first term and D be the common difference of the given AP. Now we follow what the question says. The question says that if you add the sum of first terms with the sum of 7 terms, you get 167. So the sum of first 5 terms is represented by S5 and the sum of first 7 terms is represented by S7. So therefore S5 plus S7 becomes 167. This gives us an equation. Now all we need to do is solve this equation. So we apply the formula of Sn. So S5 will be 5 by 2 in brackets 2a plus 5 minus 1d plus S7 will be 7 by 2 in brackets 2a plus 7 minus 1d equals to 167. 5 minus 1 is 4. So therefore 2a plus 4d and 7 minus 1 is 6. So 2a plus 6d. Now we open the brackets. So 5 into 2, 10, 10 by 2, 5. 5 into 4, 20, 20 by 2, 10. 7 into 2, 2, 2 by 2, 14 by 2, 7. And 7 6 that is 42. 42 by 2, that is 21. So therefore 5a plus 7a, that is 12a, and 10d plus 21d, that is 31d, gives us 167. This becomes my first equation. Also, the question states that the sum of first 10 terms is 235. So therefore I can say S10 is 235. According to the formula, 10 by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d equals to 235. I can divide 10 by 2 and get 5, and 5 will be divided by 235 by transposing 5 on the other side. I will get 235 by 5, that is 47. And on the left hand side, 2a plus 9d is 47. So therefore this becomes the second equation. Now you have two equations where you have two variables missing. You have to solve them simultaneously. You can use any of the methods: substitution, elimination, or cross multiplication. I'll be using elimination. You can see here we have 2a and here we have 12a. So if we multiply the second equation by 6, we will get 12a and then we can eliminate a. So multiplying second equation by 6, we get 12a plus 9 into 6, 54d plus 47 into 6, that is 282. We mark it as equation 3. Also, the first equation is 12a plus 31d equals to 167. Now we subtract them. Third equation minus first equation. So 12a gets cancelled off. We have 54d minus 31d, that is 23d, and 282 minus 167, that is 115. So therefore the value of d is 115 divided by 23, that is 5. Now we substitute the value in any of the equation. I prefer equation 2. So I substitute the value of d, that is d equals to 5 in equation 2. We get 2a plus 9 into 5 equals to 47, which means 2a plus 9 into 5, 45 equals to 47. That is 2a equals to 47 minus 45. That is 2, which means a is equals to 2 by 2, that is 1. So now we have the value of a, we have the value of d. Quite a few students make the mistake. They do not read what is asked in the question. They simply write, therefore a equals to this and d equals to this. No. Read the question. The question asks you to find the sum of first 20 terms. So therefore S20 will be 20 by 2 in brackets 2a plus 20 minus 1d. So 2 divides 20 10 times. So 10. We substitute the value of a and d. So 2 into 1, that is 2, plus 90, 20 minus 1, 19 into 5. So 19 into 5 is 95. 95 plus 2 is 97. 97 into 10 is 970. So you can just skip the calculation or you can show, it's up to you. The sum of the first 20 terms of the AP is 970. If the video was helpful, please hit the like button and also share it with your friends so that it can reach to the maximum number of people. If you still have any confusion about the chapter or there are certain sums that you are not able to solve, do mention them below so that I can help you solve them. Also, do subscribe to the channel by clicking on the icon and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you never miss any of my updates.